let's talk about how to begin playing a drum set. Say you've never held sticks before. We should be able to get going and playing some of these essential grooves very quickly. All you need to do is use the two simplest rhythmic beats that exist, which are quarter notes and eighth notes. You want to have eighth notes in your hi-hat generally, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then your bass drum's going to hit on beats 1 and 3, and your snare drum's going to hit on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm going to put all those together. It's nice to start at a tempo like quarter note equals 80. You can play nice and relaxed. Try to work on making not huge motions with your hands, but just using the motion that is required to play what you need to play. Let's play the simple groove. I'm going to call it groove number 1 because this is the first groove that everybody should learn on drum set. 2, 3, 4. One of the things that helps me make sure everything's lined up is I look at where the most subdividing is happening, and that's on my hi-hat with the eighth notes. So I focus in on that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then I make sure that my right foot or my left hand are attacking at the very same time that my right hand is keeping that subdivision. So I'm going to just sometimes practice just quarter notes with each limb. Just my right foot with the hi-hat and then just my snare drum. 2, 3, 4. Practicing this very slow and very controlled can help you get an evenness in your sound, which is essential to being a solid drummer. Everything needs to be coming out very even and relaxed. So you just want to make sure that everything's lining up. I'm going to turn the metronome down to 60 and play it even slower. The trick about drums is really to learn to play the instrument slowly. If you start trying to play everything fast, like it might hear on a record, you're going to get tripped up. But if you start really slow in the beginning, you're going to ingrain good habits on your playing. And then when you start to get into more complicated music and rhythm, it's going to all come out much more even and controlled. Here we go, playing just quarter notes in the bass drum and then snare drum, and then I will eventually go into the actual groove at quarter note equals 60. 2 and 3 and 4 and... Once we have this framework established, we can start to add another eighth note with the bass drum. Again, I'm going to try to make sure I'm lining it up with my right hand. So I'm going to be thinking of my whole right side of my body. If I'm cut down the middle, I'm going to think of my right hand and my right foot working together. So I'm just going to play a quarter note on beat 1 and then beats 3 and the and of 3 on my right foot, and I'm going to keep my snare drum just at 2 and 4. Let's see what that sounds like. 2, 3, 4.